also
we'll go to NFL.
yeah, let's get it. So NFL, I got some really some bangers I like this week as well. A couple passes. The first game we have Thursday, which probably will be when the podcast comes out. We have the Jets versus the Patriots. The Patriots are 13.5 point dogs. I feel like a ton of public money's going to come in on the Patriots here too.
Yeah, I mean exactly. If you wanted to start off a nice parlay with the Patriots money line, get going. For NFL, it's so tough, dude. Anything over really, -10 is difficult for me to bet because anything can happen. Again, if they're up by like 20 or 30 points, they'll start pulling their starters, and obviously, again, we see comebacks, happen. Right, the Broncos beat the shit out of the Giants in like 8 minutes, got 33 points. So anything could happen when you start pulling people. So I stay away from big spreads like that.
Yeah, I'm staying away for sure. If you're a degenerate and you want to bet on this game, I could never justify betting like a -800 or even a double digit spread like that. So I would probably take the Jets on a point margin bet from 1 to 6,
You love
for
them.
like $5, and I bet you that probably pays like a plus 900 or something.
And my man does hit it. Lunch money hits those all the fucking time. I feel like,
I'm not
especially if you're
recommending
watching
that,
it
and I
live.
won't put that in. But
Yeah, yeah,
you never know. I do want to note it is a division game, though. It's a division game, and Thursday night football is a little funky sometimes. I mean, these
yeah,
teams don't have a lot of time to prepare for
yeah,
their matchup because a lot of them just played recently on Sundays. So
yeah.
Thursdays can get tricky sometimes. So I'm gonna pass though.
But it's like Patriots and Jets.
Oh, I mean, you got right now a Super Bowl contender versus a team fighting for the number one pick in the next draft.
Yeah, exactly, dude. Exactly.
All right, so next up we have, I think this is the game in Spain. Yeah, this is in Madrid. We have the Commanders and the Dolphins. Commanders been banged up all year. The Dolphins have had locker room issues and had like a lack of identity all year.
But
I'm
my
staying away from
Dolphins
this one
beat the
too.
Bills, baby. My Dolphins beat the Bills.
Hey, I could not. You know what? I'm sorry for saying the lack of identity, but y'all like will beat the Bills, and then you'll
Yeah.
lose to some boo boo team the next week.
We'll lose
But
them. I don't know why, but I feel like they have the Bills number because they always are really close or will
they
edge
played
out
them
to
super
win.
close the first time when they
Yeah.
lost to the Bills. That was a
Yep.
close game, and the Dolphins really like beat themselves, in my opinion.
Yeah.
They had every opportunity to win that game.
Yes,
So,
exactly.
but man, if you took the Dolphins versus the Bills last week and won that bet, dude, props to you because that was
Yeah,
insane to
baby.
me.
I did, dude. I did take them.
Dude, that's immaculate. I can't believe
I'll
that
see if I can
they
pull it up.
pulled that out.
Yeah,
Also,
and like you said, the
games can get
Commanders
weird
are.
when they're both on a flight that long too. I mean, they're going to
Yeah,
be
that's the hard
that's a
part.
long flight for both teams. You
Yeah,
know, they're visiting a new country. They're going to be out turning up all night, having a good time, and I don't know. It's a tricky game. And then I don't know how long Jaden Daniels is out, but he's out for a while too. So
yeah, he won't be back this game, especially after that elbow, man. You see the way he lands on it and freaking hyper extends it, dude. He's out. Now, I will say Marcus Miota's been kind of turning it up. He didn't do so hot at the beginning of the year when he had his chance, but he's really been running it this time.
yeah, I'm passing on that one. You like Dolphins?
I'm gonna take the Dolphins, dude. Yeah, I mean that's my team. How could I
That's your
say
team,
no?
bro. You got to ride, and it's
Yeah,
almost a pick 'em.
it is almost. Yeah, it's what was the odds actually for the money line?
Dolphins are -2.5, so they're probably like a minus like 130, 140.
I love it.
All right, next up we have the Bengals versus the Steelers. Steelers are -5.5. Who do you like?
Dude, this is one of those tough ones, man, because it's like I mean, the Bengals are so beat up. It's hard to bet on the Bengals. The Steelers, they were looking pretty good there at the beginning of the year, but now it looks like there's just so much frustration. You see Aaron Rodgers' face, dude. I mean, he's just not having a good time right now. I don't even know what to say. This is one of those games that I probably would stay away from. I don't really have a true pick, but I don't see how the Bengals can win here, and the Steelers have been having a difficult time getting the ball off. I mean, Rodgers must have got sacked like 15 times last game. I mean, it was ridiculous.
Yeah, I feel the same way you do. I like the Steelers in the spot. I'd probably, if I had to bet, I'd put them on a money line in a parlay. I'm personally passing. Um, the Steelers invested so much money into their defense and their secondary, and that's been like their ultimate weakness this year. It's interesting. And then Rodgers has been aging by the day. I mean, he's playing like he's like in his 50s right now. I
Yeah,
think his retirement is approaching a lot faster than he and the Steelers both anticipated. I mean, just a couple weeks ago, you and I were talking about the Steelers being potential contenders out of the AFC, and now I'm sitting here thinking, are they going to make the playoffs?
yeah, dude, exactly. Yeah, agreed. Um, and I don't think like the head coach of the Steelers, Tomlin. I don't think they've really made it past the first round of the playoffs his entire coaching season either. Like the last like 8 years he's been coaching, they haven't made it. They even
He's
haven't
Mr.
made it.
500. He finishes about 500 every year, or
Yeah,
just
so
above
it's
it.
like it's just enough, but they haven't really gone anywhere since he's been, head coach basically.
Yeah, I think there's going to be a lot of changes in Pittsburgh after this season, but I'll pass on that game. Next up, we have the Chargers versus the Jaguars. Chargers are -2.5. This is an interesting matchup. I do like the Chargers here. I think I'm going to sprinkle them on a parlay or two. Um, the Chargers have had some weeks though where I'm like, what is going on with them? Like they play terrible some weeks, then they play like the best team in the AFC
Yeah,
some weeks. It's frustrating. In this matchup, I just can't trust the Jaguars. I think that they're one of those subpar teams that's going to miss the playoffs. And the Chargers, when they are healthy and playing good, they are a top five team in the AFC in my opinion.
yeah. I mean,
When they're on.
I couldn't have said it much better. I think the Chargers win here. I don't see any other route basically. Again, anything could happen any given Sunday, but I don't know. Chargers for sure over the Jags.
All right, cool. Next up, we have the Baker-led Buccaneers versus the Bills, who had just lost last week. Both are 6-3. The Bills at home are 5.5 point favorites. Dude, I love the Bills here. I'm slamming them on the money line.
See here we go. I took the Buccaneers plus 5.5, dude.
I hate it. I mean, Baker has the potential to keep any game close and pull it out, but I do think with the Bills losing last week,
They
I
have to
think they're
turn it up.
pissed off, they're angry, they're at home, they're gonna have their swagger back, and when the Bills are on, they're a scary team to play. Um, I think here's another take I'm looking at. The Bills have to keep up with the Patriots in their division right now,
Yeah,
and the Buccaneers don't have any competition in their division really. I mean, they have the Falcons, the um,
they could
the
coach it.
Saints, and the who's the other team in their division?
I'm terrible, bro, with that stuff.
Sorry, it's Saints, Bucks, Falcons, and somebody else. But there's let me see, just because it's gonna bother me.
Right?
Um,
To
and
do.
the Panthers, and the Panthers.
Oh yeah,
So the Bucks, the Bucks, if they go 6-4 after this week, because they're 6-3, they're still going to be at the top of their division. So I just think the Bills are going to have a lot more urgency, and I do think they're the better team as well. I don't mind the Bucks on the spread if you're going to take that, but Bills money line to me is a lock.
yeah. I mean,
Josh Allen
I
gets
do
back on
think
track.
the Bills are the better team, but I'm gonna take the Buccaneers to cover. And you could even
If
buy.
you are going to take an underdog, though, the Buccaneers, you can never feel bad about taking Baker and the Bucks.
Yeah, exactly. He's been having a great year.
All right, next up we have the Bears and the Vikings. Vikings are -3.5 at home. Bears 6-3. Vikings 4-5. Who you got?
Dude, it's another one of those kind of weird games, man. But I'm gonna go with the Bears, just straight up plus money. I think they've been the kind of the underdog of the year. They've been giving everyone kind of a push for their money, and if they've lost, it's like been barely, lost by barely, or by a field goal at the end. I think the Bears get it done against the Vikings.
I like Vikes here. Not confidently, but I like the Vikings on the money line. I feel like a lot of public money will come in on the Bears. And Vikings, they had a Wednesday quarterback the last couple weeks and just looked atrocious. And since he got hurt and McCarthy's healthy again, I think that regardless of how this game goes, it's going to be close. But the edge here goes to me with the Vikings being at home.
Love it.
All right, next up we have the Texans and the Titans. I got no pick on this game. Titans 1-8, Texans 4-5. Texans are almost a touchdown favorite. They're -6.5.
Yeah, I mean, this is the Dookie Bowl of the week right here. So I'm gonna stay away. I mean, if you wanted to get the Texans and sprinkle it somehow, I mean, they probably get the win, but I'm gonna stay the hell away.
Yeah, that's the stay away game of the week. Next up, we have the Panthers at the Falcons. Panthers are 5-5, which is pretty surprising. I thought they'd be like one of the worst teams in the league, and they played a lot better than projected. And
Yeah,
then the
for sure.
Falcons, also surprising team, but surprisingly bad. They've had a lot of close games and haven't been able to pull them out. And they have a record of 3-6 right now. Falcons are 3.5 point favorites. I love the Falcons at home here. I think they get back on track.
Same.
And they played the Patriots close. They played a lot of teams close. And I just think they have a hard time finishing games. But with them playing the Panthers, who's a lower quality team than a team like the Patriots, I like the Falcons to win here.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Falcons win. They're at home. This is one of those times where it's like you need this win to kind of escalate the rest of the year and try to end on a good note. I mean, if they don't get this, I think the locker room's just going to deteriorate after.
And like we talked about, they're in a division that's like not that great. The Saints are out of it. The Panthers have a better record than them, but I don't think people respect the Panthers.
Yeah.
The Buccaneers are the only real threat,
Yep.
and the division is still possible for the Falcons if they can win the next few games. They can tighten that division back up and make it interesting. If there's any division that you can come back from their record, that's the one.
It's
So
this one. Yeah.
the Falcons are going to come out super urgent. I love the Falcons this week.
Love it.
Next up, we got the Packers and the Giants. Packers looked funky the other night versus the Eagles, and then the
Oh,
Giants here. I don't think or know if Jackson Dart will be starting. I think he got hurt last game, so
yeah.
I'm going to stay away here. I see that the Giants are 6.5 to 7.5 point underdogs versus the Packers. Um, I want to note this too. The Packers are a completely different team with Tucker Kraft, their tight end. He was like a top five tight end in
Yeah.
fantasy this year, and he's out for the season. And I don't know how much of a how much they're going to play differently, but they looked like a totally different team on offense versus the Eagles the other night.
Yeah.
And
They
I'm
couldn't.
wondering, is
They
that
could
the reason
not.
with his absence?
Yeah, they could not get anything going on.
The
That was
offense couldn't get
Monday.
it going at all, bro.
Yeah, they could not get it going at all. It was an interesting game, and I mean that was a low scoring game for two good teams basically. I I think the Chargers they get it done. I'm going to take the Chargers
Packers,
or Packers. Sorry, shit.
you're good. You're good.
It's weird because you said that they're at -5.5 or -6 already.
They're -6.5, and I've seen on books the Packers are up to -7.5.
So I got them at -3. I put my bet in early.
Wow, you know what? I'm assuming that if you got the
Dart,
Packers at -3.5,
Dart
you
must be out.
Dart must have been
Yeah.
assumed to be starting before he got hurt. So
Yeah.
if you got those odds, that's great. Next up, we have this is probably the most 50-50 game of the week, in my opinion. We have the Seahawks at the Rams. Rams are -3.5 at home. Both teams have a 7-2 record. Man, it's such a 50-50 game, but I got to go with the home team here. They don't have a very strong fan base, but I'm going to take the Rams. I think that I don't know, I'm a little bit of a Seahawks hater. Their defense is like top 3, maybe even number 1 this year. Seahawks D is so nasty, but I just do not buy Sam Darnold. I don't know why cuz he keeps
Yeah.
proving me wrong, but I don't buy it, bro. And in a 50-50 game like this, I'm looking Sam Darnold and then I'm looking at Matt Stafford, and there's just night and day difference of
Yeah.
talent there. I got to go with the Rams.
Agreed. Have to go with the Rams here. I. It's weird because sometimes when the rookie quarterbacks start to come in, they do really well, and then it seems like the season, especially now they're playing like the 17 plus games, really starts to take an effect on them. You know.
Yeah, I think it does play out close, but I like the Rams a lot here. I think they show the Seahawks there's levels, and I like the offense a little bit more.
Yep. Yeah.
Next up, we have the San Francisco 49ers versus the Arizona Cardinals. Niners are -2.5. I like the Niners here, but I feel like a ton of public money's going to come in on them. So this is
Surprised
one
they're
of those
so
matchups to
close.
see where the public money comes in.
Yeah, I'm surprised the odds are so close because again, I live in Arizona and the Cardinals suck.
Dude, they looked atrocious last week versus Seahawks. I mean, the
It's
Seahawks beat them
brutal.
by like 20 some points, I think.
It's
So,
brutal, dude.
um, I like the Niners here. Don't love it, but I do like them. And
Well, I'm
I
saying
just,
the 49ers, both teams have been riddled with injuries.
yeah, 100%. And the Niners still have a 6-4 record. I think that they kept finding ways to win, but it's just more and more injuries. neither of these teams are in the playoff race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Niners are past for me.
I'll take 49ers, but I'm going to stay away.
Cool. Next up, we have the Baltimore Ravens and the Browns. Um, Ravens 4-5, Browns 2-7. Ravens are 7.5 point favorites.
Again, this is a hard one. I think this is one of the ones where you put the Ravens in a parlay money line. It seems like they're finally getting their stride back. Lamar's back right. Everything's starting to finally get the engines are starting to move in the right direction for them. But I think they had such a tough time at the beginning of the year. It just depends on which version of the Ravens show up. But I think the Ravens get it done.
What's crazy is the Ravens are in another division where it's wide open for grabs. With their 4-5 record, their only competition is the Browns, the Bengals, and the Steelers.
And
And so the Ravens could definitely come back in
how can they
the
not win?
playoffs and be a serious threat right now. I mean, I
Yeah.
don't rule them out of the playoffs at all. I think they actually come back and take the division as long as Lamar can stay healthy. I love the Ravens money line here. I think that's a lock. It's probably like a minus 500 or something, but it's a lock in my opinion.
It
The
is
Browns'
minus
only path to
500.
victory is their defense right here, locking it down. But the way I see the Browns season going is they just keep losing games until it's inevitable that they have to put Shador in to give him a chance. That's
I
how I'm
like
seeing the
that.
Browns season going.
Yeah. Yeah,
And
I like.
Ravens are a lot better than they're. I mean, if you're looking at teams with a losing record, I wouldn't want to. I wouldn't want to play the Ravens
I mean,
on any team if
yeah,
they're
when the
healthy.
Ravens are firing on all cylinders, they're a phenomenal team. I mean, they're Super Bowl worthy, but they just had kind of a weird start.
They
It's
got
like,
ridiculed by injuries, and then
yeah,
yeah, they just looked funky in some games. I mean, the Chiefs dogged them out, and then
yep.
they lost that heartbreaker to the Bills earlier in the season. But when they're healthy, they're menaces to deal with.
And they have so many different, paths to victory, right? It's like Lamar can run the ball. It's like almost having an extra running back that can throw the ball. I mean, it's hard to have a QB spy all the time on him. So I think they get it done. I don't know how they lose, but
Just for a fun bet, sometimes on sportsbooks you can put what team is going to score the most points of the week.
I
I
don't
that
know.
my pick would be the Ravens. I think even though the Browns defense is really good, their offense is so bad that the Ravens are just going to get the ball back after a whole bunch of three and outs. I wouldn't be surprised if the Ravens put up like a 30 or 40 piece this week.
Love it.
It could be the highest scoring NFL team of this week.
I'm gonna track that one.
Next up, we have the Chiefs at the Broncos. Chiefs are 3.5 point favorites. Dude, I'm slamming the Chiefs. That's my team personally, so I'm
Yeah.
a lot of bit biased. But dude, the Chiefs coming off a bye week are incredible, and the Broncos they just keep squeaking out wins. When they
Yep.
win, I mean they're squeaking them out. The offense isn't that great, in my opinion. Their defense is like top three, top five,
Yeah.
but the Chiefs defense is nice as well. And when the Chiefs offense is on, it doesn't matter who's on defense. So I like the Chiefs to come out of this break and put a little whooping on the Broncos.
Well, I mean, you saw what happened last week to the Broncos. They did not look good at all, man. So, I mean, if you go from those guys moving right in and the Chiefs having a week off, how do the Chiefs lose? Again, that's one of the weird things. It's like I'm surprised the odds aren't more stacked in the Chiefs' favorite here. I mean, I know the Broncos had a good earlier part of the year, but I mean, I think they're just starting to get beat up. They're starting to feel these later games going into the second half of the season here, and I just the Chiefs are going to win. I don't know how they lose.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs are 5-4, Broncos are 8-2. So if you're looking at the records, you might say, "Oh, the Broncos got a chance," and they're at home. And Denver does have a really good home crowd and home field advantage at the Mile High Stadium. It's going to be the altitude will be different,
Yeah,
but I love the Chiefs here. I like that division to even out a little bit. The Broncos 8-2 just doesn't make sense to me. I could see them easily losing this and going down to 8-3. I don't see the Chiefs going to 500. They're 5-4. I see them going to 6-4 after this week. I'm slamming the Chiefs on every play.
love it, dude. Yeah, Chiefs for sure, man.
All right, next up, underdog pick of the week right here. I cannot believe, bro. I cannot believe they're underdogs. The Lions are at the Eagles. Eagles are 2.5 home favorites. Sunday Night Football. Dude, the Lions are an absolute lock. Absolute lock. I think they might smash the Eagles.
Yeah, I don't. I exactly. I don't. It's same thing. It's kind of weird that this is so close or a pick 'em. Or, I mean, how can you not take the Lions as an underdog ever? That's like a guaranteed, take the value bet there if nothing else. But this is definitely a lock, dude. The Lions was my main pick of the week.
Dude, they're underdog smash. This is the best underdog pick I think I've seen this year. Um, the Lions, the games that they did struggle, the offense was struggling a little bit. Before last weekend, Dan Campbell took over the play calling, and then they came out and just rocked
It completely looked
the
totally
opponent
different,
last week.
dude. Yeah, it looked completely different. They were
So
phenomenal.
yeah, I think the Lions are so freaking back. They're my team to go to the Super Bowl this year and possibly win the Super Bowl. You know, I'm really high on the Lions and the Eagles. They didn't look that great to be honest against the Packers either last week. I mean, both teams,
Yeah,
both the Eagles and the Packers are like contenders with the Lions for the NFC, and they both didn't look good.
they
I
did
think at this
not.
point in the season, the Lions would smack either one of them. So
Yeah, the first half of the game, literally nothing happened. It was just like three and out, punt, punt. I mean, nothing happened basically. The second half, obviously, a little bit more action, but I'm like, I'm turning this off. I'm going to bed. This is boring.
yeah, Lions would never do that to us.
No, the Lions are going to kill it, dude, for sure. And I think the Eagles have been having a little bit of a tough time overall.
Yeah, there's locker room issues that people don't really talk about as well. Um, with the Eagles' offense being stagnant, AJ Brown, their star receiver, he's had a really tough year. You know,
Yeah,
his stats have gone quite a bit down,
yeah,
and
yeah,
he's
it's
not getting the
true.
ball as much as he'd like. And
Yeah,
he has a trend of every between the Titans and the Eagles. He's one of those players. There's a lot of receivers like this where when they're on a team and they're not winning games, they're the worst people to have in the locker room
yeah,
because he's going to blame every loss on him not getting the ball.
yep,
And when you have selfish players like that in the locker room and you're not winning, it's just poison, bro.
yeah.
And
I
I
think
just I
Saquon ran for 2,100 yards last year, and I don't even think he's at maybe he's at 600 or 700 for the year so far.
Saquon is.
Yeah,
Dang, yeah. I mean, the offense is stagnant right now, and they're having a
yeah.
tough time. And during tough times, that's when you really judge a football team.
People
Um,
start pointing fingers, like you said, dude, and start blaming it and not taking their their value.
yeah. And the Lions, their locker room, dude. I just feel like they're very gelled. Their team chemistry is really high. I
Yeah,
mean, I feel like they probably party with Dan Campbell after the game. I
yeah.
mean,
Well,
he's one of the boys. I mean, the
I think
whole
like
team.
you said, dude, him taking
I
over
really
the
see them being like a family on the field.
yeah, exactly. I think him taking over the offense, the mindset, the momentum really changed. That's one of the happy teams, right? You come out ecstatic, you come out ready to play, you come out ready to block for your brother. I think that makes the difference for sure.
You can tell in the NFL, bro. You can tell which teams have a high camaraderie and who
Yeah.
doesn't. And this is one of those games where, with both winning records, the camaraderie between the two teams is totally different.
Same thing. I'll always tell my wife when we're watching the UFC, I'm like, this guy doesn't look like he's ready to win right now. The one, the first fighter will come out singing the song and bouncing and chanting. Another guy comes out like this. I'm like, he's already lost. He already lost in his head. It's like game over before he even stepped in the ring.
Yeah, 100%, man. Next up, we have for Monday Night Football. This is kind of a dookie bowl as well. We have the Cowboys and the Raiders. Cowboys are 3.5 point favorites. I'm gonna. I'm not betting. I'm not touching the game, but I kind of like the Raiders as an underdog here. Um, I feel like the public money will be really high on the Cowboys in this matchup. So if I had to bet, I'd probably take the Raiders on the spread, but it's a game to stay away from, to be honest. I think both teams stink.
Yeah, exactly. Again, another Dookie Bowl. I kind of agree with you. I think it could go either way, so I won't bet it. I think Dallas absolutely needs this win before somebody gets fired. Some shit has got to change, dude. And it's weird because if you just look at Dax's abilities and like his yards thrown and receiving yards, he looks great on paper, but they do not get touchdowns. So it's like they're not finishing. They get down, towards the 20 and just can't get it done.
The Cowboys kind of remind me of the um, Raiders when they had Derek Carr. It's like Carr puts up pretty solid stats.
Yeah.
You consider him like one of the top QBs
Yeah.
certain seasons, but you look at the resume of what are we actually doing in the playoffs, and it's like, man, just like when he was with the Raiders, 0 to 1 playoff win max in like
Yeah,
9 or 10 seasons.
not
Same
good.
with the Cowboys. It's like you're looking at Dak, and the Cowboys are expected to do pretty well most of the seasons. Dak has been
Yeah,
their starting QB, so I think this is one of those seasons where he's going to need a change of scenery, especially if they don't turn it around now.
yeah, exactly, dude.
And I
Yeah.
don't see them doing that.
No, I don't. There's no way they could finish the year out doing well. But this is one of those games where they have to win to keep the energy in the locker room before the team just crumbles.
So I got two parlays. I got one that's I call the sure thing lock parlay, and then I got kind of a one with a lot of legs.
All right, let me pull it up, dude. Shit's slow. Boom,
Oh,
NFL.
you're good, bro.
Do. So I can mark these clips. Click. All right. So let's hear it. First one.
All right, so I have a lock parlay and then a crazy parlay. The lock parlay is simple two-teamer. Chiefs, Lions, money line, two-teamer parlay.
All right, I love it. I love it. Chiefs. The Chiefs are at minus 2.5. The Lions are at plus 124.
Yeah, just both money line.
That's crazy. Yeah, so it pays plus 233.
Beautiful. That's a great payout right there.
Love it, dude.
Two-teamer,
I'm surprised
simple.
the
20 would
Lions
pay
are
like
open.
65 right there, probably.
I got the Lions at plus 1.5, and it's already at plus 2.5.
Dang, they're probably begging people to. I don't know. That's interesting, bro.
Yeah, I don't even know, man. I don't know why people would be putting more money on the Eagles, but maybe they're expecting the Eagles to do well this week for whatever reason. All right, what's your other one?
All right, here's the wild parlay. All right, this is gonna have multiple legs. So Bills money line, Falcons money line, Chiefs money line, Lions money line.
All right, so just adding those extra two legs.
Yeah, just making a four-teamer. But that's my. I wouldn't say that's really crazy, but that probably pays like plus 4 500. I'm guessing.
Plus 609.
Ooh, that's juicy,
Yeah,
bro.
that's good. I mean, who wouldn't like that action?
Yeah, Falcons, Chiefs, Lions, and Bills.
And let's get a great chance to win.
Who do you got, brother?
So I would say my main bet would be the Chiefs. I had them at minus 190, and then for my parlay, it was the Patriots, the Packers, and the Ravens, which are all huge favorites, and it's a minus 150.
Okay.
So again, it's not super juicy, but I think I'm just trying to get the win right now.
All right. I'm not mad at it at all, man. And with NFL, the fun thing and beautiful thing about NFL football is anything can happen, bro. I mean,
Any given Sunday,
last
dude.
week with the we talked about the Dolphins beating the Bills. I mean,
Yeah.
to me that was absurd. So
Right.
anything can happen in the NFL. I mean, um, some weeks that every time you think there's a lock, the most unbelievable things happen. So I never try to count my money, especially if you see a team the team you bet on up by 14 at halftime. Things could shift quickly. So I always hold my breath when watching NFL, but that's what makes it so fun.
So I sometimes I'll take like if I have two or three underdogs that I like, and I'll do like a round robin for my like five picks, and the Saints and the Dolphins won on my round robin.
Sweet,
Yeah, so I
sweet.
I couldn't argue. And say as long as you keep it to like five or six teams with good odds, you pretty much will make money as long as two hit, and then you're golden if you get more than that.
Yeah, I like the if you're doing round robin, I like taking underdogs for sure.
Yeah, you have to get plus money odds, otherwise there's no value in the round robins.
So we can both agree as well that the underdog of the week it is
The
the Detroit Lions.
Yeah, the Lions for sure. I'm surprised the Lions moved already against them.
Yeah, I like that too. And then who is the underdog that we liked at the UFC of the week? The underdog of the week. Oh, Jack Del Maddalena
Yeah,
for the value.
put it in right now.
Cool. So yeah, we'll share those parlays. Oh, whoops. My
Goodbye.
phone fell. But we'll share those parlays on our social media, on our Instagram page. I'll share the parlays that we both put for the UFC and for the NFL, and you guys can ride, fade, do whatever you want to do.
Yeah. Again, tell us why we're wrong. Go down to the comments and blast us for whatever the fuck you think is correct, and
Yeah,
then we
if
can
you think
argue
if
about
you
it.
think Islam's gonna smack JDM and drown him, let us know.
I just don't see how that happens, man. Moving up that much weight classes, and again, a full camp for Jack. It's crazy. I'm surprised the odds aren't closer, so I'm definitely gonna slam that, dude.
Or if you
What
think Jalen Hurts and Saquon and the Eagles are going to blast the Lions, let us know too. Or if you think Bo Nix and the Broncos are going to smack the Chiefs at home, you guys let us know. But
at least the Eagles and Lions is probably a little bit closer. I don't know how the Chiefs get smacked, dude. They're running hot. They're coming off their week off. There's no way they lose this week.
if you are taking the Broncos, um, take the Broncos 1 to 6 point win margin. I think it's plus 450. When I looked last, I don't. That's a division matchup. It could play out close, but if the Broncos win, they win by a field goal, no more than 6 points. If the Chiefs win, it could be by any amount. So that's kind
Yeah,
of how I'm seeing the
exactly.
game. Chiefs could
Exactly.
win by a lot or a little. If the Broncos win, they're going to pull it out of their butt, and it's going to be a super close, field goal winning game.
I like that. I think that's smart, dude, to do it that way.
So that's how I like that. It's kind of fun to do as well. Some I'm interested in. So if there's a game that I'm like, man, this is gonna be razor close, I can't decide who's gonna win, I'll take both teams to win by 1 to 6 on a point margin bet. And that way you're getting a 12-point swing. You're taking either team to win by 6 points, right? And so
Yeah.
if either team wins by more than six, you lose, obviously.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if it plays close like it's supposed to, and oftentimes the books are pretty spot on,
Yeah,
you're getting
exactly.
a 12-point swing to six either side. Oftentimes, if it's a dang near pick 'em, both bets are going to be plus 250, plus 300. So that's a
Well,
fun little strategy I have sometimes I'll do.
you hit, dude. I'm telling you, you hit those all the time. And
Or if
especially,
there's a game I
I think
really like the Lions this week, bro. I love this bet.
yeah.
Lions 1 to 6, Lions 7 to 12.
All right.
But bro, both those are gonna pay plus like 300 and plus like 500 or something for the 1 to 6 and 7 to 12. Lions could win by more, but I feel super confident they win. So I
I
think
love it.
those are locks. But I love those bets. They're risky as heck, but they're fun to do.
Got to get it in, dude. So I think that's about it, man. I think that covers what week 10 and then UFC 322.
All right, let's get it, man. Well,
Yeah.
good luck to you guys. Let us know your bets in the chat. That's all we got for tonight.
Go tell me why I'm wrong, motherfucker, so I can debate you.
Mic'd up and misinformed.
Boom.